Jagriti. Namaste, friends. If the law of karma is real, why do we have to wait so long to see its results? Have you ever wondered what is the true foundation of self refinement and selfless service? Have you ever stopped and asked who is really operating this universe? Have you ever wondered what if heaven and hell begin inside your own mind? Welcome, friends. I am Bina Gupta, and today explore a very beautiful and profound spiritual subject: the relationship between the individual soul and God. So many of we have questions. Does worship alone make someone a true believer? What is the connection between self-refinement and service? If someone worships God every day but continues to live dishonesty, can we really call that person a true believer? Many of persons have this question. What are you saying, Mahendra? Our audience have questions, so many questions. Yeah. So there is an answer. The first reward and the first punishment do not always come from outside. They begin within us in our conscience. Faith in God is the true foundation of self
Hello.
refinement and selfless service. Because the results of action are not seen immediately, many people fall into the misconception and they begin to believe that the punishment for sin and the reward for virtues are uncertain. This misconception gives rise to atheism, but faith in God inspires a person to think more deeply and helps us understand that although there may be a delay in the fruits of our action, the law governing them is unwavering. Duryodhana and power for some times while the Pandavas suffered before committing an improper act, an inner conflict often arises and something within us say, do not do this, turn back. This inner warning is the call of soul and the light of supreme being. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna awakened Arjuna's understanding of dharma and the right action. Consider a tree. You may cut it down with an axe, or you may deprive it of water and nourishment until it slowly withers. The methods are different, but ultimately the result is the same. In the same way, both inner punishment and external punishment bring a person to consequence of their action. Such a person understands if I harm another person through wrongdoing, ultimately I am also harming myself. Hanuman. When Sita had to be found, Hanuman served and gave hope. The ocean had to be crossed. When Lakshmana needed the life saving help, Hanuman carried the mountain. So Valmiki reminds us that a person's past does not have to determine their future. Every day we make choice, small decision, gradually create our character and our character shape the direction of our life. when a person regards the whole creation as the manifestation of God, their consciousness toward divine consciousness. Therefore, don't ask only, do I believe in God? Ask, has my belief in God changed my character? Yeah, Mahendra, have any question? But
Pranam
yes,
Didi.
thank
So,
you for
so
very
what is
much
yeah,
question.
what is the difference between the soul and the supreme soul? What is the difference in the soul and supreme soul? Is the universe only a collection of the matter which we see, principle which is there behind it?
Yeah, this is not simple a discussion, but about expecting the world, God. It is about observing life deeply. It is about looking at the universe, nature, the human body, and the system around us and asking, what is the conscious force behind all these activities? A body works while life is present. A machine works through energy. Nature operates through extraordinary order. Spiritual wisdom asks us to look beyond the visible and recognize they are ultimately operated by consciousness being. In the same way, the conscious power residing within the vast body of the universe is called the Supreme Soul or God. The body functions through the presence of life. In the same way, the entire universe remains active because of the presence of God. Electricity itself may be invisible, but we recognize its presence through its effect. In the same way, God is not necessarily understood only as visible form standing somewhere outside creation. The divine can be understood as the conscious principle pervading the and sustain the entire universe. The Bhagavad Gita also presents the idea that the divine is present throughout creation and yet transcends it. The Puranic tradition, Brahma symbolizes creations, Vishnu represents preservation and sustenance, Shiva represents transformation, dissol- dissolutions, and renewal. Everything in the universe moves through this process. A child is born, grows, and eventually the body dies, but life continues in new form. The regular and systematic activity of the smallest particles and the larger universe points toward profound order. Today we can communicate across the world within seconds. But the real question is, do we have the wisdom to use this power correctly? Science gives us power, spirituality gives us direction. For a believer, this governing principle is the omnipresent super being and saying, God exists. What is the value of saying, I believe in God?
Yeah, very nice explanation, Didi. Then, if you look at who are we really now, and are we only the physical body, or are we individual soul connected to the divine consciousness, or are heaven or hell they are just physical spaces? If we are children of God, then why we do experience such a suffering also now?
Yeah, the individual soul is a part of the supreme consciousness. God. And when we truly understand this relationship, our entire way of seeing ourselves, other people, and life begins to change. Just as countless small streams and drops of water emerge from a waterfall and eventually merge back into it in the same way. Different living things merge from the Supreme Being and ultimately merge back into Him. The universe has been created in such a beautiful way that if a person maintains the right conduct and the right attitude toward life, we have been given every opportunity to experience heavenly happiness, but unfortunately, we often lose our way. We become trapped in confusion and illusion. Then life begins to feel like hell. These are the errors we must correct, and this inner correction and refinement is the fundamental purpose of spirituality and true belief in God. This is not a small statement. We cannot always control our circumstances, but we can work on our attitude and conduct. The Bhagavad Gita reminds us that the human being is more than physical body. Our present state does not have to become our permanent state. Thinking about future generation is spirituality, the law of cause and effect. The law of karma is an inseparable part of divine order. Two people living in the similar circumstances. One is constantly restless. Even if that person enjoy comfort, the mind may still be burning. That inner condition is like hell. And another person who has trust in the divine, even with limited material positions, such a person may experience deep inner happiness. That state is like heaven. Therefore, heaven and hell can also be understood as condition of consciousness. Pandit Sri Ram Sharma Acharya ji said, use your ability for a higher purpose. A true believer understands I am a child of God. I should treat everyone with kindness and respect. So perhaps heaven is not only something we should wait for after death, living accordingly to the law of karma. Heaven and hell are not only place, they can also be a state of our own mind.
That's true. Heaven and our conscious mind is, and they can be only stating about our own mind, not any other else. Thank you, Binaji, for giving a very much insightful information. Now it's time to learn on a good new.
Yeah, today we learn Akash Mudra. Mudra, yoga, and meditation are not just spiritual habits, they are technologies for soul alignment. So sit comfortably in Padmasana, Siddhasana, Sukhasana, Vajrasana, or on a chair with the spine straight. Relax your shoulder, face, arms, and hands. Place both hands on your thigh with the palms facing upward. Gently touch the tip of the middle finger to the tip of the thumb. Keep the index, ring, and little fingers naturally extend and relaxed. Do not press the fingertips forcefully. Close your eyes and breathe slowly and naturally. Practice for 10 to 15 minutes daily. It gives us benefits, help to balance the nadis, control our sense and mental hurdles, activate the thyroid glands, but require some precautions. If you develop finger pain, numbness, cramping, dizziness, or discomfort, ear pain, hearing loss, tinnitus, dizziness, throat symptoms, or thyroid, should practice consciously and consult a qualified healthcare professional, yoga practitioner, or doctors. You can do affirmation while using this mudra. My mind is open, peaceful, and spacious. So Akash Mudra support stillness, mindfulness, inner openness, and spiritual reflections. No sound.
Thank you, thank you, Binaji, for giving us a very much insightful knowledge about how the human mind should be and how the Akash Mudra can bring the stillness in our mind. Once again, thank you very much.
Thank you. Namaste.
So, friends, what if the heaven and hell they are not somewhere else, but it's all begin with your own mind? Do comment. We'll see in the next video also. Do subscribe, like, comment, and share it with your loved ones. Share this video if the compassion matters to you for your loved ones and society. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section. And for more informations, you can also watch our previous YouTube channel on the Ojas YouTube channel. You can also visit AWG website. Until next time, stay true, stay aware, stay humble. Goodbye and namaste.